Oh yeah, by the way, this is back, by the way. I figured for the re-features to get this out of the way first, because this is the worst fucking thing we've ever drank.
I don't know. I don't remember it being that bad.
Really?
No, because
Oh,
I'm
dude.
lying.
Did you watch the Howard Bloom thing?
Doesn't it? No, I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, dude, you would have fucking loved it because he was so like outworldly. Like I literally told him, I was like, my co-host Matt would have fucking talked to you for like hours because he talks about how things affect like the state of the body or like how like the aura and energy from the crowd like put you in like a different like atmosphere when you're like performing live or whatever and all that bullshit. So yeah.
But that motherfucker doing some drugs in his day. Yeah, it'd been fun. I'll probably listen to him. Speaking of that, I have a guy that at work he's just started like working like with me like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I never brag about my podcast. Maybe I should. But
I don't really either. I mean, if people ask me
someone
about
had said something to me randomly about it, and I was like, oh yeah, and I was like talking to him, and he was like, you have a podcast? I was like, yes, I do. And he's like young, he's like in his 20s. And he goes, ooh.
Yeah. I've known about Rogue Dead Guy Ale for a while. So
and he goes, well, where I find you? And I was, are you on like Spotify and all this stuff? I was like, yeah. So like opened it up and it was like, oh my God. You know, he was like, and he's been listening.
Oh, really? Nice.
This was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I see like every so often, it must be people who discovered a show or people who are, like they'll bulk download like episode 1 through 5.
Yeah.
And all that shit. So
what I try to tell everybody though, like, don't, you listen to the show, it's not for you, but jump around. There's so many guests that we have come on there from different fucking walks of life, different variety. It's literally anybody you can, we do enjoy talking to our porn stars, but we enjoy talking to other people as well. So there's all sorts of people in there.
So I'll send this to her.
I told them just like skip around,
Yeah, it's like, if the adult film stuff isn't for you, the horror stuff might be. If the horror stuff's not, then
I mean, that's what I do with like Joe Rogan's podcast. Like I'll listen to some things on there, some guests I'm like, I don't want to listen to that. So I just jump around and it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I encourage people to do with theirs, just because we have built up a lot of different Christ, what episode are we on now? Like fucking 70? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're up there.
60. We're up to 60. Yeah.
So I was like, there's a bunch of different people in there right now. So I think people, the listeners and our guests kind of get the gist of what our show is about. It's about fun. Drinking beer and having fun. Occasional sex. Hey, they want to start paying for that. I'll fuck them. I'll start fucking on camera.
They just the guest comes in, I'm just bent over and you're just railing me from behind it. It's like, and they're just kind of like, we never knew Ray Matt were gay. It's like, money's a powerful thing.
Money makes people do crazy things.
Money makes people do things you never thought you would ever see them do. Yep.
Never had this. Pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Oh.
Pair it with grilled asparagus, barbecue ribs, and pecan pie.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well.
Then I'm going to talk about the ball sacks that hang from trucks. You ever see that? There's dicks that have like nut sacks hanging from the trucks. Then there was some chick in Iceland that was talking about having sex with an elf, like a real elf. Like
she did what?
I heard it on Idea Rock. She was talking about searching Iceland to find elves that have sex with elves, like real elves, not like a midget, but like an elf, like Santa's elf.
So, just out of curiosity, so elves are real, right?
I don't think they are, but
they could be. You never know.
Very well could be.
Come on in my workshop. So she wants to search for elves.
Yes.
To do what with?
I don't know.
Have sex with?
I guess. All right, so I'm gonna start getting all this stuff ready to go. That way, I don't care what arts. I don't need graphic stuff. You know, that way, this shit's shared around. So I'll go ahead and hit live on Facebook. Hoping she's looking at her Facebook. Like I sent it to the last week. What I did is I sent it to the PR woman. I didn't do that because I've talked to Sherry outside of the PR lady, like on Facebook and stuff. So I just figured sending the link to this, but I sent it to her also like, hey, you know, heads up, but here's the Zoom link or whatever, you know, for Sherry. Hello, everybody. If you're seeing us early, we're going to go ahead and just start sharing stuff around so we can get ready to go live momentarily.
We've been recording this whole time.
No, we haven't.
Okay.
We just started recording, and also Sherry's here. Hey, Sherry, how are you?
Hi.
We're good. Hey, we're going to start in a little bit. I'm just going to share it around a little bit to a few places, and then we're going to rock and roll. Then that way, everybody on Facebook and all that fun stuff will be able to interact and all that with us. So we're live on Facebook. All right, so we are now no longer live on Facebook. Sherry, thank you. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for having a shirt made up. Like that's great. Like,
cool.
Yeah, like I was going to ask you if you wanted us to send you a shirt. You know, I would have, and you got one made up. So that's great. Like, cool. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. It was. You know.
Would you be able to send us a photo of you wearing that so we can share it on social media and all that?
Of course.
Awesome.
Of course.
And, real quick, would you be able to say this is Sherry Nelson and you're listening to the Happy Hour podcast? Even if you want to do it more than once, we're still recording, so you can just go ahead and start anytime you want.
I should have a drink, but
well, it's just for the audio versions, really.
Okay. This is Sherry Nelson, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Awesome. And would you be able to do another one saying this, Sherry Nelson, you're listening to the Happy Hour podcast for the audio version?
This is Sherry Nelson, and you're listening to the Happy Hour podcast.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. I hope you had a fun time. As I said, we're unique. We're a little bit different than most other podcasts. We're a little bit more vulgar than most.
I'm a logger's daughter, so this is home.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome.
Matt, I'm sorry I didn't direct too many questions.
No, it's fine. It's all good.
It's 100% fine. Sherry, as I said, if you ever there's times where Matt can't make it or some of my other co-hosts can't make it, and we're in.
I'd love to. I got my uniform.
Yeah, and definitely. If you ever do a guest co-host spot, can you please find more random facts like that? That actually made my day. You have
really?
Random drinking facts because I'm like, this is great.
I hate talking about myself. I think I've got nothing. So I distract with a charcuterie board here. Well, of course, I'll give you a heads up of items in the future if you want, and then we can go from there.
Cool. And also, if you know anybody at all that wants to come onto the show, promote anything.
And I've got I know you're not in the country, I don't think, like I said, or Matt, if you ever want a free ticket or offer tickets to your audience, Wade Jennings this Wednesday, Joey Belladonna from Anthrax is coming on fan.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
So you'll see the promos. Just Sherry, I want a ticket. You don't pay. Or if I want a couple to give away, so you don't pay. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and let us know. And of course, any of those guests, if you have their contact information, I would just love to get it, just to shoot them an email. If they say no, they say no.
Do you want CJ Ramon? I'll get you his contact. Okay. He's a good interview. Oh my God, he's so smart. I might take you up on that wrestling. I write for XS10 magazine, and he loves Jake the Snake. So he loves any wrestling.
Okay,
so
we have a whole episode that we did with Jake Roberts. I think it was episode 7. Our whole episode 7 episode was Jake Roberts. And of course, if you ever have anything you want to have me on to talk about wrestling or whatever, trust me, I have 20 years worth of stories and 20 years worth of experience. You know, to talk about.
Well, and that Jeff Krause, who is partners with Cedric the Entertainer, if you want to bring him, he loves wrestling. Holy. Okay. So just communicate with me if you see something, and I don't want a fee. If I can help.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Thanks again. If you can just send us a photo of you rocking the shirt so we can share it on social media, that'd be great. And we appreciate it. Sherry, we will 100% be in contact. I would love to have you on as a guest co-host and all that stuff in the future.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. Bye.